Alright, welcome back, I guess, to Two Nerds Rant in a new format. After a long hiatus and a whole bunch of shifts in the channel, this is Two Nerds Rant now. Wyatt and I decided we're just gonna do more of like a podcast format since this was usually the most popular series on my channel.
And on top of that, we enjoyed ranting.
Yeah, we enjoy ranting, and also this is just a more focused, direct way of us doing this style of content. Um, So yeah, we're just gonna be, once or twice a week. We're starting with once a week. Maybe we'll go up to twice if things go well. But this is gonna be the Two Nerds Rant podcast. It's gonna be going up on YouTube first for the time being. I'm working on getting it on iTunes and Spotify and Google Play. But if you've ever put something on any of those services, you know how long and arbitrary that process is. So for the time being, just be looking for the podcast on YouTube, and then I'll inform you guys once we get it up on Spotify and everything else. But yeah, welcome to Two Nerds Rant podcast, episode 1. I think overall this is episode 9 or 10 of TNR. But this is being recorded on March 8th, and there have been like 50 fucking games announced today. Uh, just from Ubisoft, from Activision, and then also from Nintendo Direct. So we're just going to be discussing all this shit, starting with the Division 2, which I'm sure Wyatt has some feelings with, because Wyatt, I know you played Division 2 a lot more than or Division 1 a lot more than I did. I wasn't really a fan of the first Division.
Yeah, well, the thing about the division that I had issues with was it should have just been a straight, solid third-person game, but obviously it wasn't. And then there was all this fiasco with like the trailer and the gameplay was all super, touched up and was prettied at E3 because that's what they do at E3
Because
compared
it's
to
well, that's
base.
just what Ubisoft does. They've been doing that
Exa-
forever.
exactly. So there was always been a bunch of shenanigans that way, and like the issue I had with it was it's the issue with the Borderlands situation where it became a numbers game rather than an actual game. Where in Borderlands you run around like a madman hunting for guns and trying to find the best thing, but in reality you never actually know if you have the best thing because you don't really care. The gun is just a number. How much damage can you do in a split second? And that's what the Division 1 was. The fact that it got a sequel is actually kind of bothersome to me because it lacked so much. And it just
Okay, I'm sorry to make a loud noise, but Smash was literally just announced right now.
as in a new Smash or a remaster Smash.
I don't know. I have the Nintendo Direct stream up right next to me. They literally just popped up an image that said Super Smash Bros. Switch 2018.
Well,
And it was following the Splatoon trailer.
so Smash.
So we're getting Smash for the Switch. Isn't that fun? And it's gonna be including Splatoon. Okay. Sorry, I just got hyped for that because I have the stream on next to me. Um, but yeah, Division was. I feel like all back to the Division. I feel like Division was supposed to be just an open world third person game, and then Ubisoft saw Destiny and was like, "Oh, we need to do that."
Exactly. It was trying to become a Destiny killer, and you can't do that because Destiny's already trash
Because
within
Destiny's
the kill.
killing itself.
Exactly. So the fact that it's getting a sequel is bothering me. I would much rather see the Division leave behind third-person action and actually go down the path of Halo Wars, where it's resource management and city rebuilding that way, compared to you are a agent running around a city like a madman, thinking you're so great, and in reality you don't do anything but run around and shoot bots. There's nothing there.
Yeah,
Just like Bungie in Destiny, there's nothing there.
yeah. Yeah. I mean, because I really didn't play the Division much at all. I just wasn't really into it, and I know that it's kind of had like a sudden resurgence of popularity. Um, I feel like after Destiny 2 kind of shit the bed, Division started updating the game like crazy, and Division and Warframe became like the two big loot and shoot games. Um, but I do find it a little weird that God, I keep calling it Destiny. That Division 2 was announced right after they started updating the game like crazy. Because like they just recently in the last few months, Ubisoft's been like pumping out updates for Division 2 for the first Division
Sure.
game. It's being like we're keeping it alive, we're keeping it fresh, it's all working, it's all cool. And then oh by the way, Division 2 coming.
Exactly.
It's just like I would respect you so much more if you just kept that game going. If you were just like a Warframe or a Rocket League and you just continue to update the game over and over and over again and keep it up to date as opposed to splitting the player base just for the sake of,
Money.
franchising it. Yeah.
But they're following Bungie's footsteps more and more each day.
God. Speaking of
That's it.
franchising it, Black Ops 4 officially confirmed today. I mean, we all knew it was coming. There have been like 5 million different leaks and everything that have been showing it, but we finally got like official confirmation today with a little teaser that Black Ops 4 is coming. Um, I'm excited for it. It drives me crazy that it's grammatically incorrect. The logo, it's like the Roman numerals are wrong. Like that's just been driving me
Yeah, that it's
crazy.
actually 4 lines instead of the three,
Instead
instead
of
of
just
the.
like the IV, yeah, beggars can't be choosers. We're getting Black Ops 4. It's supposedly going to be boots on the ground modern day. We don't
At
have
least that's what they say.
any like confirmation on the setting or anything. Really, all we have at this point is just the name and the fact that
Yeah,
it's
we just
coming
have
in
the title.
October. Um, so I don't know. I don't know if we should be holding our breath for a modern setting yet. Um, but the trailer definitely implies that, and also the fact that like a year and a half, 2 years ago, Activision said that the next three Call of Duty games are going to be boots on the ground. So I think we're all expecting
Modern.
Black Ops 4 to be modern day.
And if
Um,
it isn't, I think there's gonna be riots.
oh, dude, there will be riots if it's not boots on the ground. Um, I
Because jetpacks.
yeah, oof, that was those
Woof.
those went well. Um, as far as a remastered game goes, there's been a lot of talk about like whether or not there's actually going to be a remastered COD game this year. I don't think there is. I would be shocked if they put out a remastered game this year with Black Ops 4 because it just doesn't make sense from a sales and a numbers and a player count standpoint to have
Yeah, it divides.
Treyarch, the studio, like the only studio that people take seriously and that people get hyped for anymore, to have them put out a game, to put out Black Ops 4, a boots on the ground Black Ops game, but then also put out a remaster game alongside it. It would just split the player base. The reason why we
Especially
got
one as
COD
big as
4
MW2.
yeah, the reason why we got COD 4 remastered was because Activision knew that no one was going to play Infinite Warfare. There needed to be some kind of incentive, and that's why it was there. But like we don't need an incentive to play Black Ops 4. People are going to play it anyways. So I'm not
Because it's Treyarch.
yeah, cuz it's Treyarch and Treyarch is the one studio that's never really let us down. So
So
I'm not too I'm not holding my breath for a remaster, but I also don't really want one. So,
it's like I do, but at the same time, I feel with Black Ops 4, it just it has to get rid of this 3 lane BS that Call of Duty has inherited from the MOBA genre of you have your sniper rally, you got your shotgun hallway, and you got your mid-range assault rifle battle. Have fun.
yeah, I just want COD to get out of the whole 3 lane thing.
Exactly. Because it's lame.
It's super lame. I really don't like. Ugh.
Weren't you saying that the new maps that hit World War II, the remakes are like the most played maps now or something?
I don't think I don't know if I said most played. That would be inaccurate, but they're definitely the best. Like the 2 remakes that were added to World War II are far and away the best maps in the game now. And I
Because
say
it's
I
not
say
3
2 remakes
lanes.
because Valkyrie is it's 100% a remake of Detroit from Advanced Warfare, which I love that they didn't say that. They marketed the whole the whole expansion as just being like, "Oh, you got 2 new maps and you got this one remake from MW3." But one of the 2 new maps is totally just a remake of a map from Advanced Warfare. But that being said, the 2 remakes are the best maps in the game because Sledgehammer just does not know how to make any good maps. They have to borrow from past games.
So good.
I just want Treyarch to give us some fucking good maps, I swear. And at least give us more than 9 of them cuz holy shit. I
What
still
you don't
can't get
like
over
the small map shape like choice where you always have to play the same things?
Whoa, what? Yeah, you say that you play the same 9 maps over and over again, and all of them play exactly the same, except for Gustav, which is just God's gift to
Terrible.
first-person shooters.
When you know the when there was a deliberate thing saying all cheaters in World War II are going to be playing on Gustav Cannon for the rest of
Dude,
their
I
account
couldn't
time.
find that tweet. I think he might have deleted it, but at some point Michael Condrey tweeted it. It might have been, honestly, it might have been a Photoshop tweet. I wouldn't even be surprised. But it was so funny. It was a tweet from Michael Condrey. It was like if you get caught cheating, we're putting you in a 24/7 Gustav Cannon playlist. It's like when even he acknowledges how shitty his map is, you know something's wrong.
Yeah, something is very, very funky.
Um,
Good stuff.
yeah, good stuff. So, but if Black Ops 4 isn't good, I'm done with Call of Duty. I haven't been playing World War II like at all. I haven't been playing COD like at all
I haven't been
recently.
playing Xbox at all.
Yeah, me either. I haven't really been playing Xbox at all. Like any console games. I don't really feel any need to play anything on my console anymore. I just don't feel like there's any games out right now. I play on my
It's like,
PC and I've been replaying Kingdom Hearts and that's it.
good game. Yeah, I'm going through StarCraft, and I'm playing League. The next game that I feel I'll put a lot of hours into is Far Cry 5, and that's about it.
I do hope that's good. I really hope that's good.
Well, the one plus side of Far Cry 5 is Ubisoft realized that giving their guys more time, example being Origins, that the game sold better and was better received. So they purposely gave the team behind Far Cry 5 more time, which can't be bad.
Yeah,
That's one thing I hate that game developers think they need to do. That you have to have the game out. If like it has to hit the. It's like no, take your time, make it good. We'll wait. We
yeah,
will
if
wait.
you have a franchise, there's no time limit. If you have a franchise and you have a fan base, people are going to buy it regardless.
Like the announcement of Red Dead 2 is the most amazing thing ever, and Rockstar has gone out and said we purposely wait because by waiting, the hype gets grown instinctively. It's like it's not us saying, "Oh, what's gonna come in next year?" It's like it'll happen eventually, and when it happens, it'll be good.
Yeah, I mean, I love that Rockstar is taking their time with Red Dead 2. It's just I was a little peeved at how many times they've pushed it back. Cuz it's like why did
Yeah,
you even announce it if it was obviously not even close to being ready?
just to appease the fanboys that are all butthurt about it not coming out sooner.
Yeah, that's one thing I wish that they hadn't done. I wish that Rockstar had not put any release date on Red Dead 2 initially. I wish they would have done what Naughty Dog is doing with Last of Us 2 where they're just like, "Hey, it's coming. Here's some teasers, but we're not putting a release date on it." Cuz instead, now we have Red Dead 2 and which mark my words, it's not coming out in October.
We will find out. We never know. Like you said, it's had so many times already that I feel there's a better chance.
It's been delayed.
But I know.
I think the release date it has now is like the 4th one it's had.
Yeah, it's definitely had a really rocky start. But hey, I with Rockstar games, it's better to wait. I mean, Call of what is it? Grand Theft Auto 5 has been out now for 5 years or going on 5 years, and it's still like one of the most played multiplayer games because it was just good.
Yeah.
So at this point, I feel Rockstar can do no wrong, which is great because we need those kinds of things.
Yeah.
So let's
So
see. What other things
that's
got
what else?
announced?
What else? What else? What else? What else? Well, do you want to get into the whole Nintendo Direct thing? Because
I don't
there's
give.
like
I don't.
they announced like
You're the man.
15
You're
games
the man
today.
with all of the information.
All right, let's go through Nintendo Direct. Let's just go. I'm just going down Nintendo's Twitter feed of all the stuff they've announced. So top of the list, Smash for Switch. There's no release date on it, no details, just Smash. Um, what I'm
So
guessing this is,
possibly Melee, possibly brand new.
no, if it was they deliberately put it after the Splatoon ad. Like they deliberately made it seem that Splatoon characters are being added. So what I'm assuming is that this is going to be a port of Smash 4, but with some extra characters. It's probably going to be like a definitive edition, like what they did for Pokken. Like they did Pokken DX, they'll probably do Smash 4 DX, but add the Splatoon characters and all the DLC and all that. I seriously doubt this is a new game, but it'll be Smash 4, and that's a start. I just really hope Nintendo sees the potential of bringing Melee to the Switch, but I just don't think they're gonna do it, honestly.
Unless that later on they announce they do like an Infinite Warfare thing where if you get the Switch, then you get the DLC or like a code for Melee. But internet play is a thing.
Yeah, yeah. I just hope
I
that
can see that.
Nintendo. Honestly, I've just been generally unimpressed with the Switch ever since it came out. I've just been
Well, just
very
but because
unimpressed with it.
that's because mostly the Switch has just been
It's
oh
just been
look at
ports. It's been
it's not
ports and deluxe editions, and that's all it's been. There have been
and
like
well and then there was like the Legend of Zelda game and that was
that
about
wasn't
it.
even an exclusive though. That was on the Wii U also.
The new one,
Yeah,
Breath of the Wild was,
Breath of the Wild was on the Wii U.
and then there was Odyssey,
And Odyssey. Odyssey's like the only like true
truly
Nintendo
new
Switch
thing.
exclusive that was really good. And the console's been out for over a year now. And it's just been a bunch of ports and DXs, which is fine. You know, that's fine. But, like, it'd be great if we just got more new stuff. But speaking of that, let's just keep talking about the all the other announcements that we got today from Nintendo Direct. So Smash coming out in 2018. I'm assuming we'll get more information of that on E3 since so little was shown today. It was literally just the logo and the fact that it's coming. So I'm assuming we'll get more details in the maybe even in the coming like hours or so. Um, so what else? What else? They announced Splatoon 2 updates with some new stuff, new rankings. Um, Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition.
Oh yay!
Oh yay! Definitive Edition of the most pointless game in the franchise.
Dynasty Heroes meets Legend of Zelda.
This one's kind of cool. April 24th, the Fractured But Whole is going to Switch.
They're putting South Park on a family-friendly console. What?
Yeah, so I found very interesting. But also just the way that just kind of works with the way that the Switch is with portable gameplay and all that shit. I feel like that kind of works with an action RPG.
Yeah, I won't be opposed.
And speaking of action RPGs, Dark Souls Remastered coming to the Switch. This is interesting. The Crash Insane trilogy is going to the Switch in July, which I find
It's not.
very interesting given how retarded Sony is. I didn't think they would let this happen. But I mean, it's coming. So I'm hoping what this means. I'm sure this isn't what it means. I'm sure this is just me reading too far into it. But I hope that Sony allowing this game to be on the Switch may be suggesting that they're gonna, stop being such assholes about everything and allow people to actually use crossplay. Because in case you didn't know, in case you haven't been watching Two Nerds Rant for a while, I fucking hate Sony.
I'm
They
pretty sure we both hate Sony.
they suck, both in the movie world and in the gaming world, because, when you're the best-selling console, you don't have to be for the consumer. You can just do whatever you want. You can raise your subscription prices arbitrarily while taking away features, and you can say no to crossplay and force people to buy extra things that they don't really need. And you can release, I forget what it's called. I think PS Now, like the service, the streaming service that you can use on PC, but in order to use it on PC, you have to buy an adapter and a controller, like because they're so lazy that they release a PC PlayStation emulator without keyboard and mouse support because they just want to milk more money out of you by having you buy an adapter. So, again, this is maybe me reading too far into it, but hopefully Sony allowing Crash to be on the Switch is a sign of them getting a little more lenient with these things.
I mean, at least they'd had no say over the fact that Cloud Strife hit Smash to begin with. Otherwise, that would have never happened.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Does
That
Sony...
was solely off of Square Enix.
I don't think Sony owns Final Fantasy, though.
No,
they?
but it's always been tied together with it.
Right.
Final Fantasy has always been more home on PlayStation than any other thing.
Right.
So-
Huh. Okay. Next, Captain Toad Treasure Tracker is getting a Switch port, which, hooray, I guess, if you're a fan of
Sure.
that game. This is kind of cool. Mario Tennis Aces, finally getting another Mario Tennis game. That's gonna
It's been so long.
be on the Switch June 22nd. And I'm already seeing things about people talking about like tournaments and stuff for Mario Tennis, which would be awesome. Then we got Dark Souls Remastered. We got No More Heroes.
Ooh, another No More Heroes game.
We got another No More Heroes game
Travis
coming
Touchdown.
on the Switch. No release date, but it's coming this year. Sushi Striker: The Way of Sushido.
Because Nintendo.
We're not getting a virtual console, but we are getting Sushi Striker. Because that's what we really want out of the Switch. That's coming on June 8th for the Switch and the 3DS. We're getting a remaster of Okami.
Of course, because Okami.
Because that game hasn't been remade enough times. And just for the record, I think Okami is a fantastic game. I think it's one of those games that everyone should play. But holy hell, how many times has this thing been remastered and re-released? Speaking of remasters and re-releases, Luigi's Mansion is getting a remaster for the 3DS, but not the Switch, which is interesting. Bowser's Inside Story and Bowser Jr.'s Journey are getting ported to the 3DS. Again, ports. Dylan's Dead Heat Breakers. The hell is that? This looks like Beyblade, but like mixed with Sonic. What is the Dylan's Dead Heat? I have no idea what this is, but I mean Nintendo's happy about it. The WarioWare series is going to be on the 3DS in August, which is cool. WarioWare is cool. And I think that's most everything that's been announced today. There's some new... Fire Emblem Heroes, new version.
Another one?
New version of it. But, oh wait, no, that's not... That wasn't announced today. That was just put out today. That looks like everything. Yeah, that's everything. Or everything that Nintendo is like actively promoting on their Twitter. So, in conclusion, in case you weren't paying attention, Nintendo likes ports. And we're getting a bunch of new ports.
I wonder where they learned that from. Microsoft. It's not like everybody was wanting backwards compatibility on the Xbox or anything.
Yeah, but I mean, backwards compatibility. At least you didn't have to buy the game again.
At the same time, we're also dealing with a company that doesn't like discs anymore. They like little cartridges.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, so today's been interesting for gaming. It's been very, very interesting. I'm looking at IGN's article for Smash. I'm trying to see if it's going to just be a port, if it's just going to be an extended version of Smash 4. Because the trailer that they showed Splatoon characters, and it also showed the Breath of the Wild Link. So those are like confirmed for Smash. Yeah, it hasn't actually been. Huh. So it hasn't actually been confirmed what the new Smash game is. It's just being called Smash. And we know that Splatoon characters and Breath of the Wild Link are going to be in it. But we don't actually know if it's just a port, if it's just like a DX of Smash 4, or if it's going to be a new game entirely. I hope it's a new game entirely, because I'm not really a huge Smash 4 fan. And I think with the recent resurgence of Melee, I think if there's going to be a new Smash game, it's going to be like kind of more with Melee physics and Melee mechanics, which I would love. I would love a new Smash game with new mechanics to replace Smash 4. But I guess we'll wait and see. I'm just glad that we're getting a new game this year, so
Yeah,
I may
nice.
have to get a Switch now. Huh.
I will once I find out more about that
Yeah.
Melee.
I'm gonna wait. If it's a new game, I'll probably get it. If Melee gets ported, I'll probably. I don't actually know. If it's just a port of Smash 4, I really don't care. I'll just get a Wii U. But, I mean, at the same time, no. Too long didn't read of Nintendo Direct. Just Nintendo likes ports, and we're getting a bunch more ports this year. Because why would we make new games? I don't mean to sound like such a downer on Nintendo, but it's just when you have a new console that's been out for a year and you have like two major games and only one of those two major games wasn't exclusive, you know, when you basically just become the port machine and you charge full price for these ports, and a lot of the times these ports are inferior versions of other games, then yeah, I'm gonna get a little bugged with this because I know that Nintendo is capable of so much more than what they're doing right now. But I feel like that's just the gaming industry as a whole right now. It's just a whole bunch of companies not doing everything they're capable of because they know that people will buy it anyways.
Yeah, but hey, better than them spewing out garbage that we won't like.
Yeah, but like that's still my biggest issue with it. It's just they're playing it so safe. They're just re-releasing games that people like because they don't Nintendo doesn't want to take risks and create something new that people might not like.
Yeah, I guess we'll find out how it goes. We still have a lot of time in terms of everything.
Yeah. Yeah. Have you played Kingdom Come Deliverance?
No,
You, you say that very like assertively.
no, that game does not look like a game I will enjoy by any means.
Really?
Nope. Too serious and takes itself way too far.
Yeah. I can see that. I thought about picking it up on Steam, but I'm starting to not really want to anymore. The more I hear about it, the more it just seems like not my kind of game. I just figured you would like, because you're way more of an RPG person than I am.
I like RPGs that actually don't take itself too serious. Like in terms of like zero punctuation set at the best. They're just way too over the top. Ooh,
Mm-hmm.
are you gonna swing a sword? No, you're gonna spin around 180 when the guy blows out your shin.
'Cause realism. You know what's really funny? And I was talking to my dad about this yesterday. Is just how fast the VR craze died.
Yeah, because no one liked it.
I feel like so many companies just jumped the gun on it because, like, VR is just not. It's just not fun. It's not fun. It's not entertaining. And the tech, like at the time that all these companies were investing in like VR technology and VR headsets and all this stuff, at the time that all these companies were investing in it and hyping this trend up, like there weren't any games that were really suited for it yet. And even today, there's hardly any games that are really suited for a VR experience. It's just the VR as a whole is not a gaming experience; it's a gimmick. And I feel like that it just makes it work. Like the fact that all these companies invested in it way too early and started hyping it up way too early just makes that worse. I think it'll be interesting to see where, you know, VR gaming goes. But I kind of feel the same way about VR gaming as I do about 4K gaming. Like it's just a gimmick. No one really cares. 4K a little more so. Like I feel like people care a little more about 4K than they do about VR. But at the same time, like 4K is more of a hassle than anything, just because of like how expensive it is to actually run 4K shit at the level it is that you really have to enjoy it.
Yeah, we'll find out how all that goes.
All right. Anything else you want to bitch about? I feel like we've been very bitchy in this first episode.
Well, that's what it all stemmed out of to begin with. So what do you expect?
That's fair. That is very fair.
TNR's literally spawned out of you saying, "Look at what the crap they're doing to Venom. What is this garbage?"
Hang on. Someone posted something about Division 2. Okay, according to Ubisoft, Division 1 will continue to get updates.
Of course it will.
So
Doesn't mean they'll be good.
what's the point then? Wait, so this just goes back to what we were saying before. It's like if you're gonna keep updating the first game, why is the second one coming? Ugh.
Because reasons.